Oh, I have a very good experience here because the students are very good, actually. They always ask the good question. They are very intelligent, curious, and also enthusiastic. So they asked a lot of the good questions, such like they're talking about the BRIC Bank, and they also talked about the Asia Infrastructures Bank, and they also talking about even talking about the money laundering. So they think it's better to have the very good financial regulation, and so they want to know something about the Chinese financial regulation. Yeah, and I think this good idea and all these good questions actually lead to me, the furthest research areas. So I think probably, I have to study further about the financial regulation, because some of the students actually have a very good working experience. They know what happened in practice, and they note the real demand in practice. So, so I think my research should, try to respond to the real demand in the business community and also the legal practice. I think since the two leaderships already set up the framework, so there will be a lot of room for us to implement, the agreements, and also we believe we will have the more close partnership. So a lot of the things to do. For example, we can have the co-research project, which Chinese scholar and Brazil scholars can take lead. Yeah. Okay, and then I also think soon or later the businessmen will ask a lot of questions about how to implement the agreements. Actually, just in my trip to Sao Paulo, I met a lot of Chinese businessmen. They talking about the licensing, or actually it's a registration, requirement for the medical equipment, which import from China. So they actually talking about, is it possible to shorter, the periods for getting the license, something like that. So a lot of the question. So and then I think the Chinese experience in, make the business registrations shorter and make the procedures, more friendly to applicants can be good reference for Brazil's legislation. Yes, nowadays, actually Chinese people got a little bit unhappy, and they are unhappy about the economic performance in the past 3 years. Actually, we have difficulties in maintaining the rapid economic growth like before. So the Chinese government now already done something like try to reform the business registration process. So that means make the market entry barriers lower. Okay, and for example, they abolish the minimum capital requirement for the for setting up the corporation, something like that. I think this kind of business regulation reform will help to make the economic growth faster. So I think which may finally generate net benefit for the society. Okay. Yeah, so I think this kind of reforms can also be good, reference for the Brazil's legislation or businessmen. Okay.